Hey guys, it's Bro You Whack, and this is the second top 10 video that we're going to be doing this month. This time around, looking at the top 10 best collab skins to release in 2024. Last week we looked at the top 10 best battle pass skins, and then next week we're going to be ranking the top 10 best shop skins. But when it comes to collab skins, this is always the most anticipated thing that we always look forward to every single season, because it was established this year that every season would have a collab. It started with Cowboy Bebop, then Porsche, Pink Mercy, Transformers, World of Warcraft. Last season we had My Hero Academia. And this season, my personal favorite collab, Avatar. Everyone at one point probably had their favorite collab skin released this year, which is why I want you to comment down below what your favorite collab skin was. But for this video, I have two rules. The first, and the obvious rule, is that we're only going to be looking at 2024 collabs. But the second rule is I can only pick a maximum of 2 skins from each collab. And this is to prevent me from just picking every single Avatar skin and putting it on this list, honestly. But let's finally get this started with number 10. D.Va's Porsche skin is going to be claiming the first spot here at number 10. Now, when it comes to the Porsche collaboration, this was a very interesting collab, to say the least. Now, in my opinion, I think the Overwatch team did a tasteful job when doing this collaboration. Now, they did only bring 2 skins with this collab with Farah and D.Va, but the D.Va skin, my god, the sound effects and the VFX are just some of my favorite out of all the collaborations. It's so satisfying to fly around with D.Va's mech, just hearing the low volume but very powerful roar of that electric car engine from the Porsche that is actually sound tested from the car itself. And D.Va, while she's not too flashy with her race car outfit, I still like her style. I especially love those orange glasses and her bunny blaster that has the dash cam of the Porsche car. Porsche has always been known to be a very sleek, timeless, but somewhat dull type of brand, and we see that in the design of the skin, which could turn a lot of people off because it's not so flashy and colorful and in your face like how Lamborghini might be, but that can have some charm to it. But a lot of people also might be turned away from this collab because they're promoting a very expensive luxury car within the game. And that's why it's at number 10, because, well, it's not as fun as like an anime collab. But you have to remember, whether it's an anime or a car, the whole point of collaborations is to promote a product, even if this case it's a little bit more tangible. Okay, I'll admit, maybe my biasness is influencing me to put Ein Hammond here at number 9, but come on, you can't deny that the Corgi hamster combo is so adorable. Now, I know I have a Corgi myself, so of course I'm gonna love the Corgi skin in Overwatch 2, but even Ein in Cowboy Bebop was my favorite character because he's just a little guy who's just floating in space with these cowboy space hunters. Now, I do think only Hammond could have been Ein from Cowboy Bebop because, well, he's one of 2 animals in Overwatch 2, but he's also just built like the cute, adorable Corgi Ein, but his Wrecking Ball has a lot to be desired, which is why it ranks so low, because they only made it white and also slapped Ed stickers seen throughout, which is a cute little reference, but again, they didn't do much else with it, mainly just because Ein doesn't control a Wrecking Ball in the show. But you're gonna see throughout this whole entire list, a huge influence as to where some of these skins are placed is what they do throughout the whole entire skin, and I do think that they did the best that they could with the Wrecking Ball, but it did help that Hammond is a cute Corgi in Overwatch 2, which is why I made the list to begin with. Back-to-back skins from the Cowboy Bebop collab here at number 8, we have a Faye Ash. Even a Corgi lover myself can recognize that Faye is not only one of the best characters from Cowboy Bebop, but Faye Ash is the best skin from this collaboration. They really just captured the essence of what Faye is all about in Cowboy Bebop. This too cool for school, independent, just overall BA bounty hunter that has to work with these scrubs Jet Black and Spike. And turning Ash's partner in crime, Bob, into her star spaceship was an excellent design choice as well. A very interesting one because Bob looks very weird being a ship, but hey, it's a cool little reference to the anime. Just overall, the Cowboy Bebop collab had a mixed reaction because some people didn't really like how the skins looked, but I think they really captured the 90s anime perfectly in this modern video game. Claiming the number 7 spot is a very underrated collab skin coming from just an underrated collab in general. Sylvanas Widowmaker is a skin that I've just learned to love the more and more I use this skin. It is so perfectly crafted for her. Right away, I just want to point out my favorite part about this skin, and it's when you actually ult, because the skin doesn't have like any goggles or a headpiece to cover her eyes to give her the ability to see through walls, but rather having this bloodshot ghost-like effect covering her eyes, giving her that effect. It's It's so cool, man. I just love when skins come up with some creative way to not take away from the skin's design, but still have in-game purposes, and I think that was perfectly executed. That being said, though, they couldn't find a creative way to incorporate the bow and arrow that Sylvanas actually uses in World of Warcraft because, well, Widowmaker's a sniper. So instead, they crafted her gun to have sort of like a scorpion bone-like design, which looks really sick, but that's the biggest reason why the skin ranks so low, and also because this comes from the WoW collab. This was a collab that is easily forgotten because I would say half of the Overwatch community has never played World of Warcraft because half of the community plays on console, which WoW is not on console, so how would they have an appreciation for this collaboration if they never played it? Which I'm one of those people. I never played World of Warcraft, but even I can still find some appreciation and love for Sylvanas Widowmaker because, my god, she's so cool! But a collab that everyone has seen at least at one point in their lives is, of course, with My Hero Academia, and the first skin on this list coming from that collab is Himiko Toga, climbing the number 6 spot. Kuriko has been known to get a skin or multiple skins every single season, so I think that's why a lot of people hate this skin, but if you just ignore that fact, this is fantastic. Representing a character that just loves blood, that loves to terrorize their enemies, and they got all that represented with her weaponry. Of course, her kunai is just a regular knife, but we also have a vial of blood, and her papers have what I can only assume are blood types. Of course, Kuriko herself has all the iconic features of Toga with the mouth scarf, her yellow schoolgirl outfit, and those little spiky things in her back that looks like needles. The only reason why Kuriko does not rank higher is because, do you really think Kuriko embodies everything that Toga is? This crazy girl that just loves blood? Yeah, I wouldn't say so. And when it comes to collab skins, I think that's very important. When picking a character, I think they should embody everything, not just with looks, but also their attitude. Which is why at the number 5 spot, we have the loudest character representing what I think is the loudest character from My Hero Academia with All Might Reinhardt. This might be controversial because a lot of people think that Ramattra should have gotten the All Might skin. Later on, Ramattra would get his first collab skin that would be very excellent, but I think Reinhardt is an excellent choice here, especially considering that after the fact they added All Might's catchphrases with Detroit Smash whenever you earth shatter is a perfect touch. Like, that's why I love collab skins, is because not only do you get a cool looking skin, but you also have the quips and the voice lines from the show. And I think if you have to pick somebody that is not only loud, but also powerful, a leader that is trying to lead the charge with his group of jabronis, Reinhardt is the perfect character. Which I think Blizzard would agree, because they continuously give Reinhardt collaborative skins. Hey, speaking of Reinhardt, barely missing the top 3 is what I think a lot of people are going to consider their favorite collaborative skin in 2024, Optimus Prime Reinhardt. The leader of the Autobots meets the leader of Overwatch, and that's, I think, why this skin just works so well. With All Might Reinhardt, okay, maybe someone else could have gotten it, but no one else could be the leader of the Autobots, because Reinhardt is the leader. Not only that, but this is just a cool collab. Like, when everyone heard the Transformers sound effect in the teaser trailer, everyone lost their mind, because we all grew up with Transformers at least at one point in our lives. Having these toys that can turn into mecha robots and also into different vehicles like cars, motorcycles, and semi-trucks, and now they're in the form of Overwatch skins? That's so sick. And that's just honestly why I always love seeing Overwatch collabs, is because they always try to touch on different areas of like our childhood and bring it to life and make it out of a labor of love and a labor of money. Let's not get this twisted. But they always try to pick the perfect character to represent whatever they're collaborating with, and also get all the little details, even with Optimus Prime. I mean, they even got the windshield wipers on Reinhardt's titties. Like, come on now. That just goes to show that they try to look at every inch of the character and perfect it. Coming in as an honorable mention is technically gonna be a collaborative skin with Rose Gold Mercy with the Breast Cancer Research Foundation. Now, the reason why I put this as an honorable mention is because this is the best collab skin, because it actually did did something good in the world. But I know there's gonna be a lot of haters that just don't like Mercy, don't like Rose Gold Mercy for some reason, and hate this list. So I think an honorable mention is the perfect placing, because it's more than a skin. It's supposed to actually do something good by stopping the leading cause of cancer in women, which we were able to raise millions of dollars for a second time around. Which, I mean, that fact alone is deserving of the #1 spot, but also Rose Gold Mercy looks phenomenal. I mean, Pink Mercy was already a great looking skin, but at the end of the day, this is for a charity, not really supposed to give you a skin in Overwatch. But I know this collab skin people are gonna disagree with because they hate Venture, but Toph Venture is a great skin, and let me explain why. Who else loves rocks just as much as Toph in Overwatch? That's right, Venture. So of course they had to be the Earthbender in the Avatar collab. Who else seeks out their enemies by listening to the floor? That's right, both Venture and Toph. Not to mention the cute little references like Momo on the side of Venture's bag, also the belt that Toph earned in the Earth Kingdom, and also more importantly, the Badger modes that taught Toph earthbending in the show is Venture's drill gun. I think a good collab skin not only has the skin look great, but also have tons of references that only a fan would just recognize. And I think the Avatar collab skins just go the extra mile when it came to these skins. Like, you could really tell that the people that design these skins love the show because they try to incorporate as much as they could. Just like what they did with the second best collab skin. Hot gamer boys and e-girls everywhere, or should I say hot men and e-girls everywhere, the second best collab skin coming out in 2024 is the banished prince himself, Zuko Genji. Look, a good collab skin is more than just how it looks, but also the aura that they embody. And let me tell you, Genji embodies everything that Zuko has, and Zuko embodies everything that Genji has. Both are great swordsmen, both are banished, and both are just trying to restore their honor. Along the way, they're gonna meet people that's gonna teach them right for wrong, and they're gonna grow as characters. That's why I love Zuko Genji. Is this the best looking collab skin from even the Avatar event? Some will argue that it's not, especially considering that they took the creative liberty to change Zuko's scar into a cyborg eye. Some people might not like that. Maybe it would have been cool to have the option to customize the eye, but honestly, I don't mind it because the rest of the skin is fire. We got literal fire engulfing his left arm. The Fire Nation insignia makes up his shurikens. His sword are the two swords that Zuko uses in the show, and his knife is the same one that he uses in the show where it says made in the Earth Kingdom, but also never give up without a fight. Like, at first when I thought who could be Zuko from Avatar The Last Airbender, I was hesitant to say that Genji could be the character to represent him, but after seeing this skin, there was no other character that could have been Zuko. This is the perfect collab skin, unless you're a certain yellow Chimera from the Transformers event. Because the best collab skin coming out in 2024 is gonna be none other than Bastion Bumblebee. Coming from the Transformers collab is perfection. For years, people were begging to give Bastion the Bumblebee skin because he's a literal Transformer. Like, we had a Transformer in Overwatch already, but to make him what I would argue the most iconic Transformers robot of all time, Bumblebee, the yellow Chimera, or in this case, a slug bug of some sorts. I mean, it just had to happen. And on top of that, giving him a highlight intro where he's driving and it transforms into Bumblebee. Oh, it's so good. Everyone loves to nitpick collab skins in Overwatch. You're like, oh, they didn't get the hair right, or why didn't they do this with the weapon? But when they saw Bumblebee Bastion, everyone agreed, yep, this is good. This is a good skin for a character that desperately needed a collab skin, but only could really get one collab skin, and that was Bumblebee from the Transformers event. Turning a character into a Transformer can be tough, but also working with a character that transforms and trying to make it look like Bumblebee was already going to be difficult as it was, but I think they did a great job turning this character that is hard to design skins for into one of the most iconic characters of our childhood. But honestly, the fact that Overwatch turns so many of these Overwatch heroes into so many different characters is something that I can only hope that in 2025 that they continue to do. I mean, if they make some money, then they definitely will. So anyway, guys, that was my list of the top 10 best collab skins in 2024 for Overwatch 2. And let me know what your favorite collab skin was from this year. But until next time, I love you guys. Thank you guys for watching more Overwatch 2 videos to come, and bye.